Hey, it's Go Ask Ella here, your resident guru on all things sexual health and love, matters of the heart. And man, I've been going through it. Oh, yes. I'm back up home taking care of some things for my family. And I watched a video of me yesterday when I was 5 years old, telling the camera as I was sending a video to my grandfather for his birthday, that I was falling in love, and that me and my first boyfriend in kindergarten were falling very deeply in love with each other. And when my dad behind the camera said, "Well, what does that mean?" I said, "Well, when you're falling in love, it means you're falling in love." Very, philosophical and sage advice from a 5-year-old. And it got me thinking about a great number of the things that I've been processing lately. And part of my work in doing Go Ask Ella is in really being honest with myself and my own discoveries and sharing those with my clients and with you. And, I want to pose this question to you. Do you believe that by loving with your whole heart, that it can ever be wrong? Because falling in love implies that you're falling off of a pedestal, in my opinion. When you fall head over heels, it implies that you're going to get hurt. And what if we fall up, or we not even fall, but we leap into love, right? Is that wrong? And I kept getting this vision in my mind of like someone diving into a pool, and you're kind of like hesitant to get into the swimming pool, and you're not sure if it's going to be cold. You're not sure if, you want to get your hair wet. Should you just like slowly walk in, or do you just dive in? And I've always been like a kerplunk, bam, in the water kind of person. And feeling very noble in loving and doing things like full force, full throttle. And with matters of the heart, I don't think I've really considered time and what it means to build something over time. As much as I promote that in my own self-discovery and my own self-development and working with my clients, when it's come to love in my past, when I meet someone and I feel very strongly about them, it's just like, okay, it's go time. And having recently fallen head over heels for someone, it made me really question a lot of things now, standing where I'm standing, which is single, and being aware that it's a choice to be with someone, even if you feel like they're the most amazing, scrumdiddlyumptious, fantastic lover, person, being on the planet that you've ever witnessed, doesn't mean that they're the right fit for you outside of that moment, right? Like, you can feel all these things in a day, in a week, in a month, but can you really know if that person is consistently going to be what you're asking for, what's going to serve you, what's going to serve the universe or the world, what's really going to be most beneficial? And I think, you get really caught up in your emotions, and you get caught up in these sensations and attraction and just all kinds of chemical crazy. And it's beautiful and messy and fantastic. And I think it's in experiencing those things that we learn who we are and our shortcomings and also our strengths. And my gift to you through this lesson for me is that it's never wrong to love with your whole heart or your whole soul. And that's what innately we are here to do, is to love. And to love deeply and fully, and not haphazardly or, 1 foot out, 1 foot in. But when things don't pan out like you think that they're going to, because that person you give your whole heart to isn't ready to receive it, can't receive it, or then receives it and gives you 1,000 times bigger doses of love than you thought you could handle. I mean, anything can happen, and you have to be okay with that and understanding that it's all part of the experience of you learning what your preference is and consistently choosing from your heart, and also taking in those other tools in your basket, which is time and logic and wisdom. And another piece of it is take your time in defining what that relationship means to you. I made the mistake, even though there are no mistakes, I see that it wasn't really helpful for me to tell my entire family and my entire close network of friends, I've met the one, da 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 da, and it inferred for them, oh, sweet, so it does exist, and if it can happen to Ella, then it's definitely going to happen to me, and it's this whole fairy tale Prince Charming, like, you just know, and you hear these things throughout your life, at least in the Western world, like Sleeping Beauty was my number one favorite movie, and I was, waiting for my prince to come and wake me up and scoop me up and take me off into the clouds on his horse, and I, as, as educated and UCLA, degreed as I am, that was still running in my body and still running in my heart. And I thought that that's the way things were. And by sharing that with people around me and letting them confirm it and reflecting it back to me, I got so caught up in the story that I wasn't actually looking at the person or really looking at the actions that they were taking and what they were really expressing and what I was really expressing, because it was just, I was looking at the characters and the story and the plot and all the like shiny details, but not really looking at the essence of it and the nuts and bolts. And the nuts and bolts are what maintain us, So, yeah, that's kind of what I've been going through. And I think falling in love is a beautiful idea. But I think and I feel that it's not so much about falling anymore, any falling from grace or falling head over heels or blindly diving, but diving with consciousness and diving with awareness and being like, sweet, I'm feeling all this awesome stuff. And okay, it's day 1, it's day 5, it's day 6. And not to like knock the sweet, like syrupy romantic craziness of it all out of the park, but just take it easy. As my friend Neer once said to me recently, if you know in a week, you'll still know in a year. Give it time. So, yeah, love in the time of cholera. Truly, madly, deeply, and all that jazz. So that's what I have to say. And that's what I have to love, is me and you and this whole crazy spinning experience that we're on. Buckle up and enjoy the ride. So I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. Please post your comments below, and I'll be back on Monday with Question of the Week. Take care and have a beautiful weekend. Mwah. Love you.